Hello, everybody, and welcome to the drive-thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live on Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out of here well before the top of the hour. Well, we want to give you enough time to get your bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on the drive-thru. We give you live free sports picks from the primetime games, and to give us those plays, well, our professional cappers over at Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place. And let's take a look at who'll be on the show for today. All right, we got Ninos with us again, coming off a really strong day yesterday. Zawacki with us. Jeff Jeter, a Friday appearance. Back from his vacation. We got Joe Duffy, looking from his spring break. We got Jovan with us, Jovan Burts, as well as Goran. We're going to look at our Classico today. And of course, co-hosting will be Chris Ruffolo, and trying to keep us out of the fryer is Brian Bitler. All right, let's take a look at how they'll line up for today. We got Duffy, Ninos, Zawacky, Burts, Bitler, Ruffalo, Jeter, Kucar, and I will close this one out. All right, Chris, you got anything going on afternoon baseball today?
No, not today. I just had a little bit easy, a little bit light, but I'm ready for the nighttime as well. I saw there's some great action going on right now. Kind of wishing I had been a part of it, but that's okay. You know what? We'll make it all back tonight.
All right, let's get started here on the drive-thru. Let's welcome Joe Duffy to the show. You find him over at Pig Dogs. Premium Joe, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty well. You know, knock on wood, I finally purged some systems that were too backfitted, and nice 4-1 day in baseball yesterday. See my first pick today. I've never been so optimistic about a sports season as I am this upcoming baseball season. We're going to make so much money.
Outstanding. All right, Joe, this is the game you have for tonight. The Nuggets to host the Spurs. Nuggets laying 8.5. Total sits here 220.5.
Yeah, not exactly top secret here, but what does the public like to do? They like to bet the better team, and they like to bet the hotter team. And this usually creates an overlay, especially when you have a combination of the two. And that's what you got here. The Spurs are 2-9 straight up their last 11. Denver, they're sizzling, including winning 7 in a row outright and 16-19. So, of course, what's the public going to do? They're going to say, gotta bet on Denver here. How could you possibly bet on San Antonio? And the odds makers, again, know that. Again, the golden rule, the line is not a prediction. It's, what really is a prediction on what number will get even money on each side. It's not a prediction on the outcome of the game. So this creates a nice little system here in which going with a much colder team is 519, 377, and 13. And that's despite being only 356 and 553 outright, which again crushes that ridiculous inductive myth where a lot of people say, don't bet on the underdog unless you think they have a very good chance at winning outright, or where they use the lead or the lag indicator rather than lead indicator and say, if you bet on the team that wins outright, you're going to cover 90% of the time. That's a bunch of poppycock. Sportsline gives San Antonio a 59% chance of covering. That's one of the better simulators out there. Action Network says this should be about a 7.2 point difference. But again, when you get an extra point and a half, that is big over the long term. Team Rankings gives us a slight edge. Massey Ratings has the spread at 7.5. Again, you're not looking for a 5.6 point edge. That just doesn't happen. But when you can get that 1.5, 2 point edge over the long term, that's going to increase your winning percentage. And Jamal Murray, I think he's going to be a little limited tonight. No need to play him all that many minutes. This is a game where Denver wins outright, but San Antonio keeps it close enough to cash the ticket. San Antonio W marks the center square.
All right, Joe Duffy here on the Spurs, plus the 8.5 against the Denver Nuggets. Okay, Chris, in this first meeting, it closed here at Denver -5, so some line value here with the Spurs in the rematch.
Yeah, there is. This Spurs team's a hard team for me to figure out. I mean, I won't lie. I had them the other night against the Nuggets, and Spurs barely missed out on a cover. But I think that's what we have here. I think we're going to see the Spurs battle in the rematch, and I think Jamal Murray being linked up here is going to play into it. And I think San Antonio can keep this one within the number, give them a chance to win it outright. But I think I'll gladly take the 8.5 to be safe.
All right, 8.5 agreement here with the Denver Nuggets here. And, of course, this one you can watch on NBA League Pass Channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time start. All right, Joe, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. We got a good card from the NBA. We got some baseball up there. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, like I said, I really purged out some of my computer systems. Too many of them were backfitted, so did a nice spring cleaning. Streamlined systems already in with Tampa earlier today off a 4-1 performance yesterday. Got 3 baseball winners for tonight. Got a couple in the NBA. Got some wise guy plays in the NBA. That's my strongest rated play, and it's all over at Pick Dogs.
That's right, guys. Check out Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs. He got his plays for tonight. And, of course, best thing to do is take those winnings and make them go long-term. At a 3 and 7 day pass from Joe Duffy, they'll give you all the plays that he releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. The 3 or 7 days there at the site. You set the terms when you visit Joe Duffy over at Pig Dogs Premium over on the profile page. All right, Joe, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night, great weekend, and we will talk with you next week.
Talk at you guys in about 72 hours.
72 hours indeed. All right, Joe Duffy here on the drive-thru. We'll continue on here on the show. And, of course, we're going to give Chris a little time off here as we're going to go on to Skype and welcome our buddy Ninos. So I'm on the top of the leaderboard. We needed to fill in today. I said, when you're on the top of the leaderboard, you get the first call. So he gets the jock's first call will be Ninos. So let's go ahead and wire him into the show here. You can find him over at Pig Dog Stream. Also, he's #1 in the NHL this season. If you happen to check out the leaderboards, he's doing fantastic work up there. I think we're able to get wire into Al right now. Let's get him on right now here on the Skype call. Al, how you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, Al, let's take a look at the game you'll be looking at for tonight. And we're going to the hockey here with the Sharks to host the LA Kings, 10:30 Eastern time. We've got the Sharks laying $1.25, total 5.5.
Yeah, this won't be the most exciting matchup of the night, but I do think we got a little bit of value here with the home team. This was actually one of the first bets I put in last night, but a couple of things kept me off sharing it as a premium, but it is still a play I like enough to come and bring to share here on the drive-thru. The couple of things I like about the Kings, obviously they got Kopitar. He's always a bit of a threat. And they got a pretty decent goalie in Cal Peterson, who's expected to be in net tonight. But other than that, I do think we've also seen them put up a couple good fights against some good teams, too, and keep some tough games close. But just based on recent play, I think I like what I've seen better out the Sharks here. Couture is questionable, but coach said he's expecting him to play. And I just like what I've seen out of San Jose a bit better lately. They're at home, 7-2 at home, so nothing too great there. But the Kings just 8-10-2 on the road, so it is a slight home ice advantage here. And as I said, we got the slightly better team. We're laying a bit of juice. I think it's well worth it.
All right, Ninos here. We're going to go ahead and look at the San Jose Sharks here, laying $1.25. And the Sharks, look at the past 5 games, they've won 4 of them. So this is a team that has put up some W's and plus 3 units.
Yeah. They've been pretty good lately, as I said, and this is a good spot against a team. They're not going to be favored too often, but I do think they're rightfully favored here and not laying too much juice, as I said. So I think it's a good spot to take them to keep rolling there.
All right, 9-4 straight up are the Sharks against the Kings here in their past 13 head-to-head meetings. So the Sharks got the Kings number. He's on the Sharks, laying $1.25. This one,
yeah, they've definitely dominated this matchup this year, and yeah, that's just another little thing. I mean, it's obviously not a trend that's going to last forever, but this is a matchup they've dominated. As I said, there's got the slight edge pretty much all around, other than the couple advantages I pointed out for the Kings.
All right, 10:30 Eastern time, Kings and Sharks. All right, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium, where you're doing some fantastic work now in the NHL. Over 1,000 units of profit for 2021. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
As always, got a little bit of everything. Got my best play in the NBA, got a few NHL plays and a few MLB plays. A couple MLB plays that went off, but I do have a couple I really like tonight that are still on the board. And so either pick up one of them daily packages. I have a couple different ones out there, or pick up a long-term pass and get all my plays.
That's right, guys.
I think there's a lot of good ones out there tonight.
That's right, guys. They're on board here with Ninos over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers are over 1,000 units of profit in the NHL documented. That means you can go to the Pig Dogs site there, check out all the plays here from Al. It's all transparent when you visit his profile page. And, of course, get that one-day pass and make that long-term purchase with those winnings. Al's got a 3, 7, and 30-day pass to get every play he releases on the site and you set the terms when you visit his profile page. All right, Al, as always, thanks for being on the show tonight. Have yourself a great week, And we will be talking with you on Monday. Your scheduled appearance, and I'm sure there'll be some unscheduled appearances next week.
Yeah, always ready for the Monday and Tuesday, and obviously, always here when you need me to. It's always a pleasure filling in.
All right, appreciate it. Ninos here on the Drive-Thru, showing very dedicated to the show. We greatly appreciate that. All right, let's continue on here on the Drive-Thru. Rejoined by Chris, now back from his break, enjoying his little rest here. We want to remind you guys to be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free picks every single day. You get started at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. You got Ron Zawacky, Brian Bitler, and Mitch. And at the weekends, Ron Romanelli will join in there, make it a foursome for you guys. A lot of action, baseball, NBA, NHL, picks for you in the morning. Of course, you got those 2 YouTube premium shows early and late. So make sure you check the link below and subscribe to those and become a member of YouTube Premium. And in addition, we're on the air Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, that thumbs up, that like, we're always asking for that, guys, because that really helps us up. It moves up the ranking, and it grows our audience, Chris.
Yeah, Tony, absolutely it does. I mean, like I keep saying it, the drive-thru hasn't even been open less than a year, and already grown, miles from where we first started, but it's all because of the support and the love we've got from the Pick Dogs family. All the likes, all the subscribes helps us build the product up, helps us get it to new and fresh faces, helps us give you guys more premium quality content that we've been giving you the morning show, the Drive-Thru, all the videos. Again, we appreciate all the support, and again, we couldn't do it without you guys.
All right, we appreciate that, guys. So thumbs up, those likes, keep them coming in. All right, let's continue on in the Drive-Thru. Let's welcome Rod Zawacki. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Morning shows every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, part of that YouTube Premium package as well. Rod, how you doing?
Doing good, Tony. Doing good. Things are good.
Yep, things are going great here as well. All right, Rod, you're going to be looking at this interesting one here. This one on NBA League Pass channel at 10 p.m. Eastern Time has the Clippers hosting the Rockets. This line's come down a bit from the open here. Clippers down to 11-point favorite, total 221.
Yeah, I'm sure the reason why that line's come down a little bit is because Beverly's going to be out and George will be out for the Clippers one. That's definitely the reason why that line has come down. Clippers 8-2 their last 10 games, 8-2 against the number. You look at this Houston Rockets team, and we all know how great they've been doing. They're 3-7 their last 10 against the number. You look, 2 of those wins have come against the Timberwolves and the Raptors. Nice. This Rockets team is not that good. They're sure they've been playing a little bit better, but that's only the last 2 games. They've got a couple covers, but those have been massive numbers like this one is as well. But you dig a little deeper, and the guys that are on the floor for the Clippers tonight, I think they get the job done. The Clippers are 8-1 ATS this year on the back-to-back. And the Rockets, well, they're 0-4 ATS. Their last 4 off of a win. So they get a win, and they can't win string wins together for this Houston Rockets team. I'm going to take the Clippers, who have been solid on the back-to-back. I think they get another win and cover here in this one and blow out this Houston team tonight. Take the Clippers.
All right, Rod Zawacki here on the Clippers, laying the 11 here against the Houston Rockets. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this one here? Rockets are shooting a little better, but you're seeing the Clippers here coming off a strong win.
Yeah, and the thing for me is that you start to wonder when the Rockets are just going to be a head spot for any team that steps on the floor against them, like we saw last week. But I'm with Rod. I've got to lay the points at the Clippers here. There's really not a look-ahead spot for the Clippers. They play the Pacers next, so they can take a time. They've done well on a back-to-back, like you mentioned. So I think the Clippers win this one by at least 20, so I'll take the Clippers, lay the points.
All right, agreement here on the Clippers, laying the 11 against the Houston Rockets. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium, where you're bringing up some fantastic numbers here. Nearly 1,300 units of profit, top of the leaderboard here for the past 7 days. It's all documented there. What you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Tonight, we've definitely been on fire, heating things up. 26-16 over the last week, as you said there. Nice profit. We're going to continue it going tonight. We've got my Steak Friday. I've got 3 NBA plays tonight. We swept the board in the NBA last night. And I've got 2 MLB still going tonight. You can get that in a nice 5-pack over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get my Steak Friday 5-pack. Kick off a weekend big.
That's right, guys. Get all that weekend big here with Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got that Steak Friday pass going on. Pick that up. Take those winnings and go long-term with Rod Zawacki. Hey, that 30 All Sports Pass is a great value there. Get every play that Rod releases over on the site. For 30 days, he's got you covered with NBA, Major League Baseball, NHL for a full 30 days. So get those winnings and make that purchase. Of course, you see the numbers here from Rod Zawacky, over nearly 1,300 units of profit. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. But I want to let everybody know about that YouTube Premium offer. You're part of that pass as well, early and late.
Yeah, you bet. Jump aboard. We got the YouTube Premium. If you want 4 picks in the morning, jump aboard the morning one. You get 4 picks. You want the late info one where we get to watch the lines and we get to see who's in and who's out, and we give you another 4 picks in the afternoon, which I think is the best deal going, where you get 4 picks with more information to work with. You get the morning picks and the afternoon picks. That's your best value there. Jump on the YouTube Premium below and get the morning and the afternoon. That's the best value.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Great value there.
Can't go wrong with that package.
That's outstanding value there. You see the YouTube early and late below us in the description. Follow that link. Become a member right now. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. We'll tune in tomorrow morning as you're part of that morning crew at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. A lot of baseball hoops to talk about, some hockey as well.
You bet. You bet. Lots of big weekend going. I think we got Ron Romanelli coming. He joins us on the weekend. He takes, instead of the consensus, we have his pick for the YouTube Premium. So can't go wrong. We love the weekend as well. We love every day here at Pick Dogs. Every day is like a new day. It's like Christmas, like getting kid waking up in the morning going, yes, new game, different sport, all sports. We cover it all. Love it.
Absolutely love it. And of course, Rod's loving that steak tonight. Steak Friday. Get on board with that long-term pass. All right, Rod, enjoy the steak. Get those winnings, and we'll talk to you, and we'll watch tomorrow morning.
Big surf and turf tonight is what we got going.
Nice.
I got a big surf and turf. The lobster East Coast lobster truck came through the other day, and I got crab and I got lobster and I got scallops and shrimp and a nice tenderloin to go with that. It's a big night. Yeah, we're having steak and surf and turf.
Absolutely. I've enjoyed that meal. All right, Zawacki here on the drive-thru. All right, Chris, we can continue to keep your attention here for you just a little bit as we continue here on the drive-thru.
Who are you again? Who are you again? What am I? Sorry, I heard steak and seafood. I'm checked out.
You're checked out. He's checked out. That's why we give him a few breaks every day on the show. But he already burned his break already. Let's continue on here. Let's bring in Jovan Burts. You'll find him here on the drive-through Mondays and Fridays. By the way, he's putting up some really good numbers up there on the leaderboards if you check him out. Jovan, how you doing today?
Everything's smooth on this side, fellas. How about y'all?
We're doing better than the Oakland A's, I'll tell you that right now, man. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at the game tonight here. Astros, the host, the Athletics, 8 Eastern time. MLB Pass Channel has the Astros laying $1.73. Total sits here 8.5.
Yeah, so for this one, I'm on the over. So we have Sean Manaea going up against his old friends, the Houston Astros. Now, he was chirping a whole lot about, the Astros and cheating and all that, but this is baseball, and baseball has a very long history of cheating. In Houston, they took it out of him, took it out on him last week, and I think they're gonna take it out of him again. Now, last time they faced each other last week, he gave up 5 runs on 6 hits and 4 in the third, and gave up 2 bombs. They're gonna want to do it to him again, and I think they're gonna, or maybe not. Maybe adjustments get made, and maybe he'll have a better outing. But he's gonna put up at least three runs, and then once they get into that bullpen, sheesh, that bullpen is horrific. Now, as a pitching staff, they give up 7.38 runs per 9 innings on a 298 batting average. That's pathetic. Meanwhile, for the Astros, they've been driving in 7.4 runs per 9 innings on a 289 batting average. You add that up, it's going to be a whole lot of runs on one side. And even though the Athletics can't hit their way out of a paper bag, they should get at least a couple runs. I mean, goddamn, fellas, do something. I know you lost a couple players, but drive in a couple runs. But with all that said, I think the over's the play.
All right, Jovan Burts here, going to go over the total 8.5 here with Athletics and Astros. Chris, what say you on this one? Looking at the numbers here, boy, it's a big overrun. Oh, actually, there's been a lot of overs for both teams this season.
Yeah, I think going back to what Jovan said, I think the worst thing Sean Manaea could have done was set things Astros mainly because they're in the same division. They're going to play each other 19 times this year. We'll be surprised if we see Manaea play them, pitch against them 3 or 4 times. But, as far as this one goes, I'm on the over as well. I think that, John on the head, the Oakland A's should not be this bad for only losing Marcus Semien and maybe a couple other players. I think they're going to want to show up at some point. It might not be here, but I think they can at least contribute to the total. I think Houston could get there on their own, so I'll take the over 8.5.
All right, going to be here on Oakland and Houston. Over total of 8.5 runs. This one will begin at 8 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings Package. All right, Jovan, why don't you let everybody know what you have going on over at Pick Dogs? We see the numbers here, over 1,100 units of profit past 7 days. We got NBA, a lot of baseball up there. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so it's been a blazing April so far for me. And yesterday I swept the board, went 7-0. Had to do what I do. I put in the hard work and it paid off. It's been paying off, for this month so far. Now today I got my Take Flight Friday 3-pack, just something like three games. But if you want that value, fellas and ladies out there, jump up on the 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day. You get the value, you get a return on your investment. So it's all there, Pick Dogs in Sports Chat Place.
All right, guys, check out Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the numbers there, over 1,100 units of profit past 7 days. It's all documented. Check out his profile page. It's transparent. You can see all the plays that is released. As he said, the best value there is go with the long-term pass, that 3, 7, and 30-day pass. You'll get every play that Jovan delivers over at Pick Dogs Premium for the length of time that you select when you visit his profile page. All right, Jovan, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. Go back on Monday.
Have a good weekend, fellas, and see you on Monday.
See you on Monday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Check him out, doing some really fine work there on the site. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and bring in Brian Bitler. He's also part of that morning crew every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch and company, part of that YouTube Premium as well. And let's dial in Brian Bitler right now. Let's see what he's got for us. He did plug the game on the morning drive-thru today. Brian, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing awesome here. When I see Chris on that couch there, I'm thinking maybe we should have like a late show where the capper comes, sits down on the couch, gets comfortable, and gets interviewed by Tony T. That'd be a great show. We're gonna have to add one. I think we get a late show.
Yeah, we should get that late show. Why not? That sounds good. Late show, get the first look at the early morning of the game. So why not with that? KBL, we'll get Mickle on here with some KBL. That'd be a good idea. All right, let's get on here. That would be fun. All right, let's get it started here, Brian, with you. Braves hosting Phillies, 7:20 Eastern Time. Braves favorite here, $1.25, total 7.5.
Yeah, I gotta admit, usually when it looks too good to be true, it usually is. But in this case, I'm gonna bite on it. The Phillies are paying out plus 110 to plus 115. They're 5-1 on the year. They just swept this Braves team, and Zach Wheeler has looked the best of the bunch. He pitched 7 innings, striking out 10, giving up just 1 hit. Charlie Morton, he's not a bad pitcher, but I think you're going to start to see him, decline as he gets up in age. He's off a game 5 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits and 3 runs. Both these lineups haven't been hitting the ball too great. Braves have a 170 team average. Phillies 6-1 the last 7 versus the Braves. Braves are 0-6 when the total is set between 7 and 8.5. I think this is a 1-run game, but I'm real comfortable getting the Phillies at plus money. I just think they're the better team. They have a bullpen that's really pitching lights out this year, minus Vince Velasquez. So take the Phillies on the plus money line.
All right, take Phillies plus the 112 here against the Atlanta Braves. All right, Chris, what say you? Phillies off to a pretty good start. The bullpen hasn't crushed them this year.
Yeah, I think that's been the key to all this. And, I'm going to tell you right now, I agree with Brian on the Phillies. The Phillies, to me, are like my Winnipeg Jets in Major League Baseball. This is a team that's performed really well to start the year, continues to get overlooked by odds makers, doesn't really get much respect in the lines. I know we're only a week into the baseball season, but, we're still getting plus money with arguably the hottest team out of the gate, or at least in the NL. So I like these plus money as well and continue their dominance over the Braves.
All right, coming here on the Phillies, plus 112 against the Atlanta Braves, 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time, MLB extra inning pass to televise this one. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. Been showing positive results here past 7 days. What you have going up on the site?
And I'll tell you what the guys really need to look at. I've hit 12 consecutive NBA premium plays tonight, and my best bet is in the NBA tonight. It's my NBA 10-star no-limit play, up for sale at pickdogs.com for just $30. I'm going for 13 straight NBA winners. Guys, come right along with me tonight, or pick up that 3-day, 7-day, 30-day pass. Team me up with Ruffalo, one of the top cappers last 30 days. You got Zawacky up at the top, along with Jovan Burts at the 7-day leaderboard. Team me up, me, Tony T. Bring us all along. 2-for-1 capper deal cannot be missed.
Yeah, can't beat that 2-for-1 capper deal over at Pig Dogs. Maybe get on board right now. Of course, Brian Bitler delivering the winners here past 7 days. That long-term pass is your best value, but you got to get that NBA play for tonight because that's a must because Brian has been doing very well in the NBA. You see the winning streaks. You see it right there on the site when you check them out and take those winnings and go for that 2-for-1 capper deal. That's the best value there at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. Of course, we'll tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we'll also click that link below for that YouTube early and late premium package.
Yeah, make sure you click that link. YouTube Premium, $30 gets you like the starters package, 1 play a day. The early for me, Mitch, and Rod, and the consensus pick. And then you upgrade to that $50 one. It's like 25 cents a pick. You're going to get you get tons of picks. Let's just put me, Mitch, and Rod, mornings and afternoons, all for a super low price, $50. Cannot be beat anywhere else.
Can't be beat. All right, Brian, as always, great having your show. Have a great night. He bookends the show, so you'll be back here on Monday to start it off.
I got one more week, and then I'm on vacation the following
That's right.
week, but I'm going to enjoy hanging out with you guys before I go down to Southern Virginia. But, it is what it is. We're going to have a good time next week.
Absolutely great time next week. Brian Bitler on the drive-through. All right, let's continue on with our coverage here, and I think it's time for it is time for Chris Ruffalo, front and center, my man. You look very confident with your pick today, by the way, sitting on that couch.
Yeah,
I think you're counting your dollar bills as we speak here. Let's bring up the game for Chris for today. We got the Knicks to host the Grizzlies here. Grizzlies laying a 1.5, total 215.5.
Yeah, and don't look now, but here come the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, this is a team that was sitting at 200-1 to win the NBA championship coming into the season. But now look at them, they're on a run, 8-3 straight up in their last 11, 10-1 against the spread over the last 11 games, and they're sitting 3 games above 500. Now they're comfortably in the playoff picture. Even with the play-in tournament format this year, I think the Grizz are going to be a team that we're going to have to watch for. And you look at the Knicks, they've also done well. They've surpassed expectations, at least expectations I had coming into the season, because I thought the Knicks were going to be the Knicks. But they've been playing great defense, and this is going to be a great matchup tonight. But the thing is that you look at what the Grizzlies have done. They've played the 5th toughest schedule in the league so far this season. And on the flip side, the New York Knicks have played the 5th easiest schedule in the NBA. Winning percentage just 491 this season. New York 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 games as an underdog. I think steel sharpens steel here, and I think you got the Grizzlies for only being asked to lay a point. You can do that if you want. I think the play here maybe just to be on the money line, just because we're not being asked to lay much more juice than that. But like I said, I think the Grizzlies win this one at least by a couple buckets, if not make it a more convincing one.
All right, Chris here on Memphis, here money line against Knicks. I'm with you here on the Memphis Grizzlies. 4 straight wins, and if you watch them play, I had my concerns about them against Atlanta. I like them against Miami, but against Atlanta has really opened my eyes that game, and they've got a lot of speed. They look really fast on the court, and the Knicks. I think Mitch made a good point in the morning show. Just not a lot of depth, and what happens with teams like that? We saw that with Portland many years. Is they get those starters, they play a lot, and then what happens is they wear out later in the season.
Yeah, it's burnout. It happens with anything. Hell, it even happened to me doing earlier weeks ago. You get overworked and you burn out and you can't function. And it's the same thing with this. Like you said, Tony, a lot of the Knicks, they're top heavy. They're playing great, but they are top heavy. Look at the Memphis Grizzlies. This is a young team, a team that's built its way up through depth. Yes, having the number 2 overall pick in the draft a couple years ago definitely helped. But you've got guys like your Jonas Valanciunas, you've got your John Morant, and you've got a bunch of different young pieces coming in They're going to give you rotation depth, and they're going to help you for years to come. I think the Memphis Grizzlies are in a great spot. I think as long as John Morant is a cornerstone for that team, the sky's the limit. You watch the Memphis Grizzlies are going to be a team to watch near the upper tier of the Western Conference in a couple of years.
Yeah, agreement here. Memphis Grizzlies to win against the New York Knicks. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium, where you're doing fantastic work here. Let's take a look here. Past 30 days, over 1,200 units of profit. A lot of NBA. We got hockey up there, baseball. What you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Well, it's Friday, so I try to do my best to put a lot out there for going into the weekend. We got my Fastball Friday or my Friday forecheck, both 3-packs for the NHL. Got both those for $29.95. You can get my free-for-all Friday. It's going to give you all 7 of my top plays for the day. For MLB, including a bonus play that you only get with my long-term subscription, or the three plays. I'm tongue-tied. 3 plays from MLB as well as the 3 plays from the NHL all in one package. Or guys, you don't hop on one of those longer-term packages. 3 days, 7 day, 30 day. We always say it. Hell, if you get 4 of the monthly passes, that's going to basically pay for an entire year for you guys, where that makes it pennies per pick. Guys, the value's all there. Or hop on the YouTube Premium. 2-for-1 capper deals. A couple of guys mentioned it already. You pair me up with the hottest guys in the last 7 days, Rod or Jovan. You can pair myself up with Tony, Brian, with how NBA run he's on. Guys, I always say it. The possibilities for you to make money and save money at Pick Dogs are endless. We're only going to put more money in your pocket as the year goes on. It's not going to stop just because baseball might be the only thing going on in the later months of the summer. The money train's not going to stop, so don't miss your chance to hop on.
Yeah, don't miss your chance to hop on here with Chris Ruffalo. You see the numbers here, over 1,200 units of profit the past 3 days, all documented. That 2-for-1 capper deal is a great offer right now. We want you to go on with a long-term pass, get 2-for-1. There's a little value there for you. I always call it the 2 bigs. The guy at the top of the 30-day, guy at the top of the year 2021. Big Al, Big Chris, right? The 2 bigs, right? That's your best value right now. Over at Pick Dogs Premium, over 1,200 units of profit right now, and get on board there at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, Chris, we'll continue on here on the show. It's time to bring in Jeff Jeter. We see him here on our drive-through show. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. He's done great work this year in the NBA. We've got some cappers here doing fantastic work in the association this season, and Jeff Jeter is one of them. Jeff, how's it going?
Doing great, Tony, tonight. It's one of my favorite weekends of the year. We've got the Masters going, too, along with all the other sports, and so just ready to get into it here this weekend.
All right, we are. Okay, let's take a look at this NBA game tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time. NBA League Pass channel has the Celtics hosting the Timberwolves. Celtics are going to lay 8.5 with a total of 227.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and look at the under in this game here tonight. The Timberwolves, they've gone under in 4 of the last 6 games, and in most cases here recently, the Timberwolves, they've been hanging around that 107, 108 mark, pretty consistently, with the exception of the last 3 games where they've gone actually over 110 points. Now, with that said, keep in mind, one of those games was against Sacramento, and that plays no defense. And, the other thing is, too, this is almost kind of an outlier. That last game against the Pacers, they lost 137-141, but it was just a crazy score just out of left field. But anyway, on the other side of it, looking here at the Celtics, in similar fashion, the Celtics have scored over 118 points 3 times in the last 10 games. For the Celtics, the under has hit 7 straight games. On the season right now, the Celtics are averaging 111.9 points per game. They're about middle of the pack with shooting efficiency and just below average in the league with pace right now. Now, Minnesota, they are 3rd in pace, but that kind of comes with them. Kind of like the Kings. The Timberwolves, they just don't play defense. They're terrible. I mean, we all know the story here, but I think tonight this is going to be one of those deals where I think the Celtics are going to win this game probably handily, and I think we do get close to that 220 mark, maybe at 222 mark, something like maybe a 114, 104 type game, but. I'm going to go with the under here. I just don't think these 2 teams a little bit more of a deliberate pace from Boston. Just get in here, get a win. They need it, and just get out of there and take the under.
All right, Jeff, look at the under. Of course, look at the 4th quarter scoring. Boston with the lead will just take the air out of the ball. That happens a lot in the NBA. It may be one of these situations here where it happens. All right, Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, I'm a little bit spooked because Jeff just said close to the number that I was thinking for the final score. I put it down as 114-101. So I think the under is the play here. I think Boston, they're starting to get healthy again, but the mindset of having to play a slower pace is what's sticking with this team. They're bringing that forward even though the guys are getting healthy. I think this, Tony, like you said, the Celtics like to take the air out of the ball, like to slow her down excessively in the fourth quarter. I think that's what we're going to see here. I think we could get scared heading into the fourth. Like it's going to seem like it's a high total, but I think Boston's going to slow it down. I think we're going to get close to 215, 220, but not 227.5.
All right, agreement here on the under 227.5 here, Minnesota and Boston. This one tips off 7:30 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass channel. All right, Jeff, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium, where you're doing fantastic work in the NBA. 873 units of profit that is documented. We got a good NBA board tonight. We got some baseball, some hockey. What you have going on up at the site?
Yeah, I just got a whole mixed up, crazy bag of plays tonight. I got my Fast Break Friday weekend starter 5-pack for $34.99 over there at the site. Got 3 ATS NBA card tonight, so I hop on those for sure. And then included in the pack, I've got one play from Major League Baseball tonight, as well as one pick from the NASCAR Xfinity Series running up in Martinsville tonight, 250 lap race over there on Fox Sports 1. So all of that included in that 5-pack. Hop on that and then make that money. And then, just like Chris has said, Chris and Tony said, hop on, get with me and another one of the hot handicappers for this weekend. Big weekend ahead, a lot of action, and, 3-day pass, 7-day pass, the drill. It's all there. Got it available. So appreciate everything, and we'll check it here in a few minutes.
That's right, guys. Check out Jeff Jeter over at Pig Dogs. You see the numbers, 873 units of profit in the NBA. You want to get on board with this one-day pass, go for it. And then, of course, then make the upgrade with those winnings to a long-term pass. That's the best value there at Pig Dogs Premium. And if you can also add a capper there with the 2-for-1. All right, Jeff, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great night. You'll be back in a few minutes when we recap the picks.
Yeah, we'll join you back here in just a few minutes.
All right, Jeff Jeter here on the drive. Just a reminder, guys, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us build our audience. And if you miss any of the picks on the show, stay tuned because we're going to recap every single one of them. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Let's welcome our man, Goran. You can find Goran over at Pig Dogs Premium. Here, let me turn off this spammer calling me. And let's go ahead and bring in Goran. Goran, how you doing today?
Hey, Tony. Hey, Chris. I'm doing well. How are you guys?
All right, doing great. All right, we're looking at this Barcelona-Real Madrid game here. And, of course, we got Barcelona plus – we're getting the three-way line here. Barcelona plus 130, Real Madrid plus 185, the draw at plus 275.
Yeah, even if I don't know who else played in the EPL, this was always the game I was going to pick for this show because I think this is the best game in the planet. This is the mother of all games in soccer, and there's just no way around it, right? Both teams are in good form. Real Madrid is undefeated in their last 12 games. Barcelona is undefeated in their last 7 games. But offensively, Barcelona is the best team in Spain, and it's not even a competition. They scored 68 goals so far, and their defense has been pretty good with only 23 conceded goals, and they're only 1 point away from the top. And even if they win in this game, they will take the top, even if it's only for a day. And if Atletico doesn't win tomorrow, I see Barcelona maybe even winning the title after this game. But I wouldn't just write off Real Madrid because they are in good form. Benzema has been scoring a lot of goals. The only thing that worries me is that they are without Ramos and without Varane, who are their best defenders, and they have been playing in the Champions League earlier this week, and they are playing in the Champions League next week. And even though they have a huge advantage against Liverpool, we have seen stranger things happening in soccer. And if Barcelona is ever going to beat Real, it's going to be in this game. And for that reason, I'm going to take Barcelona on the road for plus 130.
All right, Goran here, Barcelona plus 130, the three-way line against Real Madrid. All right, Chris, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, when I saw the pick come in earlier today, I was like, oh God, he's going to make me do this. I'm leaning towards the draw here, only because I was looking at, and Goran makes a fantastic point. This El Clasico doesn't feel the same without Sergio Ramos, and Rafael Varane, and you look at the other side, Ansu Fati's out for this game, and so is Philippe Coutinho. But I thought the same thing, that Real Madrid was going to have trouble against Liverpool midweek without Sergio Ramos, and look what happened. They won 3-1. I'm not saying that Real wins this game, but I think that if it was any other team, if it was anyone else in La Liga, I would say, okay, maybe Real shuts off, focuses on the Champions League. But they knew this was coming. They knew this stretch was coming up on their calendar. They had the Barcelona game circled midweek. I think they'll show up for this one, and I think that if they can get into a draw maybe in the later stages, like if it's like 1-1 or 2-2 in the last 15 minutes, don't be surprised if Real parks the bus and just holds on for a point. But I'm leaning towards the draw on this one.
All right, Chris leaning draw, but Goran here for the show. Barcelona plus 130 on the three-way line against Real Madrid. All right, Goran, what's going on over at Pig Dogs, a premium sports chat place where you also provide content for hockey this weekend? I'm sorry, for EPL.
Yeah, I've had a great week with the Champions League and the Europa League. Went on a 10-2 run, and today as well. There are 3 days and 7 days packs which will get you through the weekend, or possibly through the entire Champions League and the Europa League as well if you get that 7-day pack. And yesterday I started a fresh new pack. It's a Euro Cup signing pack for a discounted price. We are just 2 months away from the Euro Cup. We are getting ready. We are getting the national teams ready, and you can get that pack at a discounted price before the Euro Cup now. And of course, a lot of free picks are coming daily on Sport Chat Place, and they will keep coming for as long as there are games.
That's right, guys. Check out Goran Kucar over at Pig Dog Shrimp for his European soccer. We've got the Euro Cup coming up very shortly. You want to get on that pass there from Goran over at Pig Dogs. Of course, you can find his written contact over at Sports Chat Place. All right, Goran, is always great having your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll check in with you next week.
My pleasure, guys. See you next week.
All right, buddy, Goran Kucar here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. It's time for yours truly to step up with my play. And we're going to look at a late-night game from the NBA. So let me go ahead and pull up that game info for you guys. And we're going to have the Warriors here to host the Wizards. Warriors going to lay 5, total 239. And I'm going to go with the underdog Washington Wizards here at plus the 5. At last check, Bradley Beal is expected to play. He's probable in this one. You pair him with Russell Westbrook in the lineup. They have covered 2 straight after that 15-point win to Orlando. But Golden State, they failed to cover 7 of their past 9. Their defensive form is just poor. Look at them the past 5 games, allowing 49% shooting, 37% from 3. We know Stephen Curry is playing through that pain, in the pain of that injured tailbone. Look at that 9-game span for the Warriors. Second last in defensive efficiency, allowing 118 points per 100 possessions. They're 25th on the offensive side. So I'm going to take the 5 here with Washington, Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to lean that way as well. And you know what? What are they calling the clocks?
It's called spam risk. Spam risk. You see, spam risk. See, it's a spam they're calling it.
If they ever ask you to clean out your fine, you just tell them you have geese. Anyways, for this one, I'm leaning towards the Wizards as well. I might put a little bit on the money line as well. Like you said, the defensive form has been poor for the Warriors. Stephen Curry literally has a pain in his ass right now, and it's not helping him at all. If you have a full strength core of Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook and the pieces around them, I think this Wizards team can definitely score enough to hang with the Warriors and I think even blow past them. So I'd take the +5. I'll even put a little bit on the money line with the Wizards.
All right, going to be here with Wizards plus the 5 against the Golden State Warriors. All right, guys, check my plays out tonight over at Pig Dog Shrimp. I got a 3-pack from the NBA, so check me out there. And also the long-term passes, your 3, 7, and 30-day pass. You can also pair me up with another guy. How about the drive-to co-host and co-host, Chris and myself, right there on one of those 2-for-1 passes over at Pig Dog.
My camera's backed up.
Is it? All right, his camera is backed up a little bit. All right. That's right. You're not on this side. You're on the other side. That's right. Oh no, you're on that side.
Yeah,
no, I don't know. I'm confused. Oh no, I got it right. Okay, there he is.
Yes.
Pair me up with Chris Ruffalo. That would work very well over at Pig Dog Stream. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and recap the plays from tonight's show. All right, we got Jeff Jeter to join us as he does on Fridays on the recap. We got started here with Joe Duffy back from his spring break. Spurs plus the 8.5 against the Nuggets. El Nino Sharks. -125 against the Kings on top of the leaderboards in the NHL this season. Rod Zawacky, red hot the past 7 days, says take the Clippers, lay 11 against the Rockets. Jovan, Athletics, Astros over 8.5. Brian was on the Phillies, plus 112 against the Braves. Chris, Grizzlies, money line, minus 125 against the Knicks. Jeff Jeter, T-Wolves, Celtics, under 227.5. Goran, Barcelona, plus 130, the three-way line against Real Madrid. Yours truly, Wizards, plus 5 against the Warriors. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, he may bookend the week, but we're going to be right next to him in the middle here. I like Brian with the Phillies at plus money against the Braves. I think that's great value on the board.
All right, he goes Phillies. All right, Jeff, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Jovan's over 8.5 in the Oakland-Houston game tonight. But this team's been going to the over quite a bit more than they have in the under this season already. So for the Pats, if you want that one, I like the over 8.5.
Yeah, but I'm with you there, especially the way the Astros are hitting lefties this year. That's a really good play. And I'm going to go here with Chris's play with the Grizzlies. I like what I'm seeing here with my eyes here. The way the Grizzlies have been playing. That game against Atlanta really got me on this team here. I'm going to take the Grizzlies here against the Knicks. I agree there with Chris. Hey, that'll do it for another edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Tune in Monday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it all over again like we do here Monday through Friday. And don't forget, it all gets started with the morning show every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're heading up to the weekend, so you got Ron Romanelli to join Mitch, Rod, and Brian Bitler, so check that out. All right, let's bring in the crew from tonight's show. We'll send you guys off for a great weekend. Have yourself a great night. We got the Birdcage from Rod Zawacky. Here's your 3-pack. Your Birdcage. Blues, Sharks, Braves. Return plus 510 from Rod Zawacky, who's been red hot over at the Pig Dogs. All right, guys, have yourself a great night.